Okay, let's start there then. The resume. They call it Magic CV. Now, we've all been there, right? Staring at that blank page.
Oh, yeah. Or trying to tweak the same resume for the 10th time for a slightly different job.
It just eats up so much time. And that whole ATS-friendly thing, it feels like you need a secret code sometimes.
It really can. So the idea behind Magic CV is to basically take that pain away.
How does it work, though? What's the supposed magic?
Well, from what the source says, you feed it info. You could upload a resume you already have, or just type in your basic details.
Okay, standard enough so far.
But here's the neat part. Supposedly, you can paste in the URL of a job ad you like.
Oh, interesting.
Or even just copy and paste the key requirements from the posting itself.
Right, okay.
And then the claim is it's like one click.
One click. Seriously.
Yeah. It digests your info, digests the job details, finds the overlaps, the keywords, will like it, and boom, polished PDF resume.
And they say it takes, what, 60 seconds?
About a minute, yeah. That's the big selling point. Speed.
Yeah.
And also the look clean, professional, no weird logos or watermarks.
Speed and a clean look are definitely pluses. But, the question is, how well can an algorithm really capture the nuance?
Exactly. Can it truly tailor your specific skills and experience to that job's real needs, just from a URL? That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It is. But it's all there on LazyJobSeeker.com for people to investigate themselves.
Right.
Okay, so let's say I've got this magic resume now. The next step is finding the jobs and applying. That's where Lazy Apply comes in.
Yeah, Lazy Apply. This seems aimed at that feeling of, okay, I have a resume, now what? Where do I even start looking?
Which is a very real feeling for a lot of people.
Totally. So the source says it's similar to Magic CV. At start, you upload your resume or fill in your details.
Okay.
And then the system apparently shows you job openings that it thinks match your background.
So like a job board aggregator, but tailored.
Kind of. But here's the really ambitious claim. For each job it shows you, it says it will automatically tweak your resume to fit that specific job's requirements.
Whoa. Automatically tailor the resume for each job it suggests.
That's the pitch. And again, they're presenting this as a free feature on the site, LazyJobSeeker.com.
I mean, just imagine not having to scroll endlessly and then not having to spend ages adjusting your resume every single time.
If it works as advertised, yeah. That could free up a huge amount of time and, honestly, mental energy.
It's sort of pitched as this automatic matchmaker, isn't it? Finding the jobs and doing some of the initial legwork.
Exactly. Cutting through the noise, that feeling of being buried under job postings is real.
Yeah.
So Lazy Apply tries to suggest the relevant ones and automate that first tailoring step. The effectiveness, though,
depends entirely on how good those matching algorithms actually are.
Precisely. Garbage in, garbage out, potentially. Or maybe it's brilliant.
Okay, now the third piece. The one that makes palms sweat, even for experienced folks. The interview.
Ah, yes. The final boss battle.
Yeah, the source really leans into that, doesn't it? Moments of lost confidence, stumbling over words, getting hit with a question out of left field.
They use that analogy, losing at the final level of a video game.
Yeah.
That feeling of getting so close.
And fumbling it? Yeah, that resonates. It's crushing when you make it to the final round and blow it.
It really is. And that's where they position their angel tool as a sort of, a guardian angel for interviews.
Okay, angel. This sounds different. It's software you download.
Yeah, downloadable software. You install it on your computer.
Right. And then what?
You launch it before your online interview starts.
Yeah.
Zoom, Google Meet, Skype, whatever platform.
Yeah.
And apparently it listens in on the conversation, real time.
Listens to the interviewer's questions.
Yes. And then it feeds you the best answers right there on your screen.
Whoa. Hold on. It gives you the answers during the live interview?
That's the claim. And here's the really wild part. They say it stays hidden during screen sharing.
So the interviewer has no idea you're getting help.
Apparently not. They even have demo videos on the site, LazyJobSeeker.com, showing how it supposedly works without being detected.
That feels like a cheat code for interviews.
Well, they definitely frame the benefits that way. Increased confidence, better answers, giving you a, quote, unfair advantage for career growth. They're not subtle about it.
An unfair advantage. Wow, okay.
A bold claim, for sure. A very gold tool.
So let's just recap the whole package here. LazyJobSeeker.com, based on this source, is offering this trio, Magic CV for resumes.
Right. Quick and ATS friendly.
Lazy Apply for finding jobs and getting that initial application tailored.
automating the search and tweak process.
And Angel for, well, real-time interview assistance.
Your secret weapon in the interview room, so to speak.
They're basically saying, look, we've fixed the 3 biggest headaches in getting a job.
That's certainly the message. Resume creation, job searching, interview performance solved.
And presenting themselves as the express lane to your dream job and faster career growth. And clearly they want people checking out LazyJobSeeker.com.
Absolutely. The call to action is pretty clear. Try all the tools, see if they work for you.
So pulling back a bit, this source paints a picture where tech is really trying to automate and maybe optimize the whole career navigation process.
Yeah, it directly targets those common frustrations and offers these seemingly simple, tech-driven fixes.
Okay, so as we wrap up this deep dive into LazyJobSeeker.com, based on the material you shared, it's clear they're proposing a pretty big shift.
But potentially fundamental one, yeah.
Using these tools to automate, enhance, maybe shortcut some of the toughest parts of finding a job?
Which leads to a really interesting question for you, the listener, to think about.
Yeah.
Does this kind of technology signal a permanent change in how we'll all approach job hunting?
Good question.
I mean, what are the real upsides of using tools like this? Efficiency, maybe confidence, but what are the downsides? The less obvious things.
Right. What happens when we rely too much on tech for something that's always been pretty personal, pretty human?
Exactly. Is something lost? Or is this just the natural evolution? Definitely something to mull over.